remember in kindergarten, show and tell day was like the best day of the week. You got to bring in your favorite toy or your favorite, most prized possession and come and stand in front of the class and tell everybody about your favorite toy, why this is your favorite, where you got it, what you do with it. And everyone got to sit and listen to you talk about your favorite toy. I loved show and tell day growing up. And so I have decided to continue on with the show and tell tradition and turn it into a crochet show and tell. I've recently discovered the vlog format is not for me. Trying to keep on a schedule, tell you, okay, here's what I'm doing this week, here's what I've got going on right now. I am also just not good at filming my process or progress, but I am great at getting projects done. So I have started my crochet show and tell series, if you will, where I will try once a week to get on here and just show you some of my favorite projects that I have completed, and just tell you about them, because almost all of my projects have some kind of story behind them. So sit back, relax, and welcome to Crochet Show and Tell with Sidetracked Creations. So hi, my name is Tracy. Welcome to Crochet Show and Tell with Sidetracked Creations, because I am great at getting projects done, but no good at filming my progress. So for my first episode, I thought I would start with showing you my absolute favorite project that I have ever completed, and that would be this guy right here. Alright, so this is my giant rubber duck named King George. And if you grew up watching VeggieTales, you will understand that reference. If not, don't worry about it. So a little backstory before we get to King George. I'll set him over here for a minute. So I've been crocheting for about 4 years, and almost exclusively with worsted weight yarn, the size 4 small yarn. Making hats, bags, blankets here and there, just flat items. Yeah, bud? And when I started amigurumi, making the stuffed animals and whatnot, I continued using solely worsted weight yarn, making a lot of little dolls and little things, because I really like working with the small yarn. So after a while I came across this pattern by AlterEgoCrochet, and I fell in love with this duck. I've made so many of these little ducks, they work up fast. I nearly sold out of them at my first market. Love this duck pattern. And I've been seeing, watching on TikTok, everybody share their plush yarn, bigger, fatter yarn, bigger stuffies. I was like, you know what? I really want to make a large rubber duck, because I love this pattern. I want to make a big duck, and I wanted to challenge myself. I've never really worked with bigger yarn. Let's see how this goes. Little did I know, I gave myself a little more challenge than I had expected, because I went to Hobby Lobby and I bought the super chunky, like size 7 yarn by Yarn Bee, not realizing just how big it was, and I didn't think to look at the label and see what size hook was recommended. So I tried using a size 9mm hook with this giant yarn. Did not go well. Then I realized, okay, maybe I need a bigger hook. So I went up to the size 15 hook, because that's what the label says. Shocker. And so I started working on this thing, and I was like, what have I gotten myself into? Because this duck is huge. And going from the size 4 yarn to the size 7 yarn was just a massive jump, and I was not expecting or prepared for that. So I fought with the yarn, got it started. Once I got started and got into like the 3rd or 4th round, it started getting a lot easier. I had to get creative with the eyes too. These are giant buttons that I found at Hobby Lobby, and then I sewed them in. So they're not great, but they were the biggest I could get for eyes for him. So I'm working on the duck, and I got 2 skeins in, and I realized I still need more. Like, I was only halfway through this thing. It was huge. So I had to go back to Hobby Lobby thinking I need 2 more skeins of yarn. They only had 1 yellow skein. So I bought a yellow one and another pink one. The pink I had bought for the nose color. I bought a second one just to be sure that I had enough. Didn't realize I only would need one more. Oh, bud, turn the back off. I don't want that light on. Thank you. I'm almost done. I love you. Okay, so I'm two skeins in. I bought another yellow skein and a pink skein, thinking I might have to make the bottom of the duck pink, just because that way I'd have enough yarn. Managed to get through the third skein of yellow, made it, and used almost an entire bag of stuffing for this guy. So he turned out massive, but I absolutely love him. My kids love him. You know, his head is about the size of my son's head, if not bigger. Actually, definitely bigger than my son's head. But I love this guy, King George. There's my show and tell for you today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I look forward to hopefully sharing with you in the future. Hit the subscribe and like down below, and I'll see you next week.